Welcome to Carrie's Corner. Today I'm at the Tulsa Zoo and I'm going to show you some video from the daily sea lion show. They have the show every day at 1:30, weather permitting. So let's check it out.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome out to Humrock Sea Lion Cove. My name is Hallie. I'm one of the trainers here, also joined by my fellow trainer, Sarah. Before we get started, I'm just going to go over a couple rules with everyone, since we do plan on bringing a sea lion up to this demonstration area. Now, if you do want to sit right along this glass wall, you're definitely welcome to. We just ask that you take a seat and remain seated. This way, everyone behind you can still have a great view. Now, if you're going to be at that glass wall, I do need you also to keep your hands, your feet, and everything you brought with you on your side. In return, our sea lion is going to keep his flippers on his side. Now, if you go to the overlook throughout the afternoon, please also just keep a tight grip on everything you have. This is a cold saltwater pool, so anything that falls in may be ruined. Plus, we have some very curious sea lions out here. We just want to make sure they don't get anything not meant for a sea lion. And last but not least, I may have a couple of questions for you throughout the presentation, so don't be shy. You probably know the answer. I promise the questions are really, really easy. So if you do know the answer, go ahead and just shout out the answer nice and loud. Now, if you have any questions for me, though, please just hold off until the very end of the presentation, and myself or Sarah would be happy to answer any questions you have about our sea lions. Well, with that, they look like they're ready to have their afternoon snack. So are all of you ready to meet some sea lions? What do you think? Awesome. All right, so we are going to go over to what we call our beach area. And we will let the sea lions know that it is officially time to start their training session. We do so by blowing a whistle 2 times.
Bad joke.
The Tulsa Zoo is home to actually 3 Mount California sea lions. We have Cisco, Reyes, and Cash. Now, Cash is the smaller sea lion who is out here just a little bit earlier. He is actually vacationing with us here at the Tulsa Zoo for a couple of years. Cash is actually from the Oklahoma City Zoo. They're getting a brand new facility built starting this summer over the next few years. So he's going to hang out with Cisco and Reyes in the meantime. He is inside at this time during the presentation. He'll be out probably a little bit later this afternoon. Right now we'll focus on these 2. Good. More specifically, Cisco. Good. Cisco is our oldest sea lion. He is 12, almost 13 years old. Now, Cisco was actually born out in the wild, and he needed to be rescued by the Marine Mammal Care Center down in San Pedro, California. Now, Cisco was found with a severe injury on his hip. You can see that pink spot. Now, Cisco was found with that injury, which was actually caused by one of his top predators. He's going to give you a hint as to what that predator was. Good. Now, Cisco was bitten by a shark. Good. So in that time that Cisco was rescued, he was actually really struggling with his mobility. He was not able to use those hips. He was more just dragging his rear end like he's choosing to do so right now. So in that time that Cisco was rescued, he was really struggling with that mobility. So they went ahead and deemed him non-releasable. And then he found a nice home with us here at the Tulsa Zoo, where we can continue on his care, and he no longer has to worry about any predators. Now, around the same time, that rehab center also got a call about Reyes, who's working with Sarah. Now, Reyes is a year younger than Cisco, but he is about 50 pounds heavier. So Reyes is 12. Sorry, he's 11 going on 12. Now, Reyes was found with a severe eye infection that led to the removal of his left eye. The damage was just so severe, it's better off to go ahead and remove the severely damaged eye. Do you mind sitting down with the umbrella, please? Good. Now, Cisco and Reyes were both brought to us here about 10 years ago. Actually, in February, we're celebrating their 10-year anniversary of being with us here at the Tulsa Zoo. And in that time, they've become excellent ambassadors for their species. So that brings me to another question for you. I want to make sure everyone knows exactly what kind of animal this is. So go ahead and shout it out. What kind of animal is Cisco? Sea lion! I think everybody said sea lion. differences between zoos and sea lions. If you're looking at a sea lion like Cisco here, you'll notice they have really good ear flaps. Sea lions have that external ear. Then a seal, on the other hand, will have an internal ear. More of a pinhole, maybe a little bump on the side of their head instead of that red ear flap. Sea lions also have very nice large front flippers. You can see Cisco is holding his chest up off of the ground. He can support the front half of his body with those front flippers. And has the ability to rotate those hips underneath. They can move around pretty fast on all fours. They can go forwards, back. They can go in reverse. Good. So they can maneuver very easily on land compared to seals, which actually have shorter front flippers, kind of tucked on the side of their bodies, and cannot rotate those hips underneath. So instead, seals lie flat on their bellies and scooch like a caterpillar on the ground. These are really strong stomach muscles again. So they're a lot slower on the ground compared to sea lions out on land. Now they're going to swim completely differently too. Sea lions use those large paddle-like front flippers in an up and down motion to pull themselves through the water. Then a seal will rely on the opposite. They need those rear flippers more in a side-to-side motion when they swim. So they'll look a bit more like a fish in the water. Now these two are California sea lions who naturally found along the west coast of the United States, as far north as British Columbia, Canada, down to Baja, Mexico. So out there, of course, they have their natural predators to worry about. But unfortunately, there's a lot of man-made issues too, such as overfishing and pollution. So things like this plastic bottle, they're really lightweight once they are empty, and they can easily make its way out into the environment. Like the Pacific Ocean where sea lions do live, there's actually a huge garbage patch that's double the size of Texas, made up of things like that plastic bottle. It's not at all what it belongs. Cisco's going to help me out and go and retrieve that trash from his pool and put it in its proper place. Good. Nice job, Cisco. So by recycling that bottle, it can be remade into something else. Like this Frisbee we have here, made out of recycled materials. You can see the different colored plastics in there. I'm going to show me a really cool Frisbee. So this is a fun toy we can throw out into the pool. They can go and retrieve it. Good, thank you, Cisco. Excellent job. Good. Some of their boards are made out of recycled materials too. Grab things, yeah. There you go. Good, excellent job, Cisco. So recycling is a great way to reduce that trash, or even avoiding those single-use plastics altogether, like using a reusable cup for drinks. Reusable bags at the grocery store can help reduce the amount of trash making its way out to the environment. Good job. Now here at the Tulsa Zoo, we use a method of training called positive reinforcement when working with our sea lions. That's why I'm saying the word good to Cisco when he does the behavior correctly. So if I ask him to lay down, I'm going to say that magic word, good. He knows he got it right. He's going to get some yummy fish. Now what do you think happens if Cisco gets the behavior incorrect? Oh no. Maybe we get embarrassed. Good. No, it's not a big deal if they get a behavior incorrect. We will just try it again, or we'll move on to something else if they're getting a little bit too confused. So we keep it really simple. We want them to know when they get it right or when it's wrong. It's not a big deal. We'll still work through it. One of the most basic things we can train them to do is called a target. That just means touch your nose to what's in front of you, like our fist, and then they can follow that around. Good. Or if I need a nice extension of my hand, I have a target with a stick on the end. They have a buoy with a stick on the end. There we go. They can follow that around. So training him to lie down. We're just following it down to the ground. Good. Even training that back up. Okay. Nice little pressure. Good. We did that over and over again, lots of yummy fish. They start to anticipate what we're working on. So we want to put a cube on that behavior, like that hand gesture down, asks them to lie down. Good. Or we can use a verbal cue, like we use more verbals or words with Reyes, since he has that limited vision, so they can understand those as well, like water. Good. Reyes has a wide range of verbal cues. Good. Target. Back. Good. Very nice. So they're definitely capable of picking up on either type of cue. Now the most important thing we can train our sea lions to do is participate in their own health care. So like Reyes needs eye drops every single day in his training sessions to help keep up the health of his one eye. Cisco here can get some eye drops as well. I'll give you a little shadow here. This is just some saline solution. Nice little rinse. Help keep those eyes nice and healthy. Not a big deal for a sea lion. He does that way better than I can put eye drops in my eye. Nice job, bud. They follow us onto a scale twice a week. We can monitor their weights. Does anyone want to guess how much Cisco and Reyes weigh? A lot more than 50 pounds.
100.
Cisco is about 330 pounds. And Reyes is closer to 380 pounds and still growing. Now, male California sea lions can be average anywhere between 400 to 600 pounds. If we had any females here, they'd be a lot smaller, more like 150, 200 pounds, fully grown. So there's a big size difference. Good. Now Cisco here, he can roll over. We can check out that belly, that underside. Like I said, he's over 300 pounds. So if he can do this voluntarily, that is great. Look at that belly, looking pretty good. Nice and healthy. Good. Excellent job. Very good, Cisco. We can look inside their mouths, check on those teeth and gums. Show them your teeth. Fun fact, a sea lion's closest land relative is actually a bear. Good. Due to the similarities in their tooth and jaw structure. Sea lions have pretty sharp cone-shaped teeth. You can see all those triangle sharp teeth in there, and that's because their food is very slippery. Of course, is that fish. They grab it and then they swallow it whole. They don't have any flat teeth in their mouths like we do for chewing. Sea lions don't have time for that. You guys tell me what color those teeth are? Oh my goodness, what should we do? We should brush that, that's right. And I can do that every single day with Cisco. I have my handy dandy toothbrush here. And Cisco allows me to brush those teeth. Now sea lions have brown teeth because they don't have enamel. Good. Their mouth actually makes its own protective coating on their teeth once they start eating fish. So that's what that brownish color is. It's just that little bit of extra, that protective coating on there. We can brush some of the excess off. Good, but they still look really good. Nice and healthy. So by having sea lions participate in their own health care, they can live longer, healthier lives at a zoo or aquarium under human care. So they get top quality seafood every single day and that great health care. They can live mid to late 20s, even early 30s, versus out in the wild, it's about 10 to 15 years. And we also like to make sure they get plenty of exercise, so I'm going to toss out a sinking ring for Cisco. Let that go down to the bottom for just a second. All right, why don't you go find that for me, bud? Now Cisco has really good underwater vision, and he can even use those really sensitive whiskers to go and find that ring. They use those sensitive whiskers to help them hunt for fish. Good, very nice. Excellent job, Cisco. Looks like Reyes is playing some soccer in that beach area. He's definitely the athlete between our two sea lions. He pretty much taught himself how to play soccer. He seemed to enjoy kicking and pushing his toys around using his front flipper. So we brought a soccer ball to a few training sessions, and I think he trained some of his trainers how to play. Okay. Now I'm starting to get a little bit low on fish. We'll be wrapping up our training session here in just a second. If you guys have any questions about sea lions or the ones we have here in general, good. We'd be happy to answer any questions you have. And if not, then enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend. Good.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit like and hit subscribe if you'd like to be notified about future videos. Thanks again. Bye-bye.